I wanted to talk about pointing out more and more how that the planets are hitting a 0 point. See, there's the whole zodiac that goes 365 degrees and then it hits back to zero, which is going back to Aries, which Happy New Year. The true New Year starts in March. October means 8, right? And then December is 10. And that is the truth. There is an overlay which is done by the stuck race that is here. I call it the stuck race, which is, it's very dangerous. It is what has held everybody captive here under the fear spell. So anyway, but I wanted to talk about this 0 point feeling. I can feel it because I'm definitely involved in it. I have 6 Aries rising, and the way that the planets, the way that it's going like this with my very chart, I have humanity. See, it's the same thing. See, Aries risings, you are your rising sign, by the way. You want to find out what time of day you were born. That puts the sun in a certain place. It's the time of day that you were born, it's the horizon, and there's a profound scientific reason for that. And I'll be able to explain these things later. I'm getting downloads, but it takes a while for downloads to process out and to be able to articulate. And I don't control it, nobody does. The cosmos has something in store for us all, babes, and if you haven't gotten a download yet and experienced anything like it, you will. If you're going to be alive and well over the next 20 years, let alone 7 years, see, you will experience it. You're going to just, all of a sudden, you're going to think, well, why all of a sudden do I know this and why am I interested in it? And therefore, people are going to display or contribute into humanity something, an expression is that, see, let's get back to the stuck race that I was trying to tell you about, who is very dangerous. Now, who the hell are you talking about, Shauna? Well, you want to talk about the Vatican over there? And every superpower is, they're all like, see, that's just whatever is visible is being controlled by these entities. I don't want to get into it because I know David Icke has done a lot for us, but I have a good sense of it. Where I live here, I don't know why I'm having to deal with it, or any of us, to tell you the truth, but I call it the world condensed, and if it is the world, if it's consisting of this stuck race, oh, it's up here. Why? Money. Of course, money. It's tooling about with money. It's hard to tell. It's a huge machine, though. So the stuck race, they're borrowing God's material, first of all, the creation of creation. Now that is perfectly human. The universe, let's just say that, see, but they don't like the universe. They don't like anything. It's hard to explain because I don't know it completely. There's a void there. There's an interdimensional sheer hell is involved. It's like you do not want to be affiliated with that particular vibrational frequency, which is the frequency of darkness, basically. And there's a dangerous presence on this plane. My neighborhood, I call it the most dangerous neighborhood. A lot has built up. A lot has moved in, especially over the last 3 years. Over the last 3 years, boy, I think that more has happened as far as building things onto the land than the last 30 years combined. Yeah, something is definitely trying to make everything miserable on this plane, as far as if you were a potential human being, like you knew what you needed to become more and more humane, which is, I don't know what we call Mother Nature here or Virgin Nature, but whatever it is, I appreciate it too. But when I look around more and more, I swear I'm looking at ruins that, yeah, big city-sized castles made of material that is beautiful stuff. If you look deeply into it, it's part of the technological base. It was, or is, still available here. Water plays a big part in our technological base here. I call it that now. Why? Let's do some sci-fi fucking channeling. And that's what's happening with me. I am a channel, and I'm supposed to do motivational speaking and then talking. If anything, isn't it a great story, a bedtime story for you guys? Are you guys enjoying this? But no, I am looking at something. Now let's get back to this dangerous presence on this plane. It's not funny. It's not. I mean, I'm a warrior, and that's why I laughed about it. I'm somebody who is working with the most dangerous weaponry, and it's called love. You know, music, playing the right music, like the right tone, and especially just basically you are centered. Satan hates that. Just and a lot of people do though. See why? They're stricken by Satan. Sometimes it's going to get that trippy in the future here. Our leaders are going to tell us quite simply, how do we fight the spiritual war that's coming? Did you hear that the spiritual war is here? I kind of wanted to talk about that, and everybody's like, oh no, you're going to be the dual, huh? You dual. Well, no, it's not so much dual, because I say dual is like a duet. You know it's there and it's spinning as kind of a complement. But because otherwise you have a sheer poison happening, where that if that poison was eliminated, you're not going to lose this beautiful complementary thing. It's going to clean it up and maybe even enable it more to be more and more harmonious and something like suitable for children, I guess, or any living thing. See, but what we're really concerned about really is, well, they always talk about going into outer space, you know, and then all of this crap that's going on that money is conducting that has capitalized on disease. They cause it. It is the stupidest game. There is another civilization on this planet. It's in various places. There's connection to it as far as extraterrestrial that operates the spaceships that go 200,000 miles an hour plus, going through portals and doing time travel, and you have no idea what's happening on Mars and Venus and stuff like that. Earth is Venus ruled, by the way. It's interesting to know that. Astrology points at what we need to know in case we ever experience it and want to confirm it, you know. Oh, this is an interesting time. See, the reason why I'm just rambling on, it's like, well, it's a different kind of video series because it's an artistic time, and I'm fine with it. It might be profound. I might turn into Clint Eastwood or something like that, or Rambo, and you're like, yeah, there it is, you know, and like and subscribe when you see it. But, well, because we have Neptune going into Aries, talking about that 0 point. I mean, I can look at it for you, but I can think about it too. We have Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces, and it's going to hit into Aries along with Neptune, which I'm so grateful for that because I am actually terrified of fucking Saturn. It's Capricorn, and I'm part of the cardinal people, and so Saturn is going to be in Aries, and it's going to go over my ascendant. Well, finally, babes, you're going to see, you're going to see Shauna here. She's going to get more structured, and more responsible. There's a possibility of that, and of course, I'm off the charts with that. My cat is so sweet. She's so. Oh, oh, she's going through it. She's going through it. Talking about Saturn doing the 0 point placement of the zodiac, and so does Venus and Mercury. See, it's kind of happening now that Mercury, I'm doing this while Mercury is at 0 point, and so is Neptune, doing the 0 point Aries. Pardon my cat here. She's got the most beautiful tail, doesn't she? There's nothing like it. So it's very, very, very beautiful where, okay, we're going to reset. I'm feeling it. So you have to be careful because if you're really feeling the reset, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's right here, right now. That's the 0 point thing. But at the same time, you see, there's people that have no idea what I'm talking about, right? I mean, okay, this 0 point place is squaring some of these people, right? But okay, so we want to look at the Pluto that squares the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and then Aquarius dynamic, because boy, those signs are flaring up. They are the control freaks of the zodiac. Okay, Leo takes the cake. for being a control freak and even a narcissist, I think. Everybody knows that Scorpio is fucking freaky crazy, you know, with their control freaky stuff, but you know what? No, really? Taurus. Taurus is the sneaky, passive aggressive, crazy fucking control freak with their money. See, this is the thing that we're. Oh God, can you believe that earthquake that happened in China? And I fucking can't believe the mess that's over there. All the buildings and stuff. It's like, what is going on? There should. See, you can tell that there's something going on here that controls the organism into doing these things that are absolutely ridiculous. And what are they supposed to do, right? What the fuck are they supposed to do? Well, they go to work. And they become, oh my God, look at the trash. Seriously. The detail of trash that is going on, that is constructed, and we call it luxury. Boy, I can't believe it. It's a colossal heap. Okay. So like, you know, these cruise ships that look like skyscrapers that are laying on the side and they're floating on the ocean, and it's got like 30 floors, and it is a crock of fucking trashy shit because they're not on the ocean. That thing's so big now that they have an ocean wave maker on the thing. You know, there's like a swim place you can go swimming there. There's a pool hall. There's a tennis court. There's a movie theater. And it's like, why don't you people? Pardon me, man. I'm talking about the cruise ships now, you know, and it makes me talk about it because I have Neptune going over my ascendant. Let's talk about how that the ocean alone, really the ocean, you might watch out. We're gonna see it probably just evaporate or something because Neptune moves into Aries and it's like a big "I told you so." Well, what do you mean? Well, first of all, people need to be more present to this plane, the Earth, so that we can manifest something amazing here. Getting back to the stuck race that's here that just doesn't seem to care. They don't like the people that come here and visit and say, God, this is amazing. We can go camping or we can look at it. We are sitting amongst ruins. This place where I live, it's a 2 mile high pile. I think, you know, for sure there's a pyramid shaped structure over there. They call it Pyramid Mountain. Why? It looks just like a pyramid. And so why don't you uncover it and enjoy your fucking pyramid over here? Well, the whole mountain was once standing, but something came through and melted down stuff and also pushed loads of muddy dirt onto it, and they made sure that there wasn't anything left like that you can see. The pyramids are still there for some reason, probably because there was other catastrophic, maybe ocean like rinsed it away. See, there's a lot of stuff under the ocean. The Giza pyramids, they are left there because of the ocean and so if a lot of people saw it and started living it, stuff and writing about it and whatever, then what are you gonna do? You can't melt it down. I mean, you can, but and they do, right? They deface things, and it's happened everywhere. It's the entire Earth is a defaced spaceship, I guess you could say. It's massive. It houses other ETs. You know, they fly in and out of here. There's plenty of evidence of that, like inscribed on walls, where indeed these structures have sat, and people don't know how they were built. And I say it's human beings who utilized technology, but what they've done is they utilize themselves, the higher consciousness level that would allow themselves to keep going with something without ruining it. Now, what does that take to do that? I say it takes like more and more less presence of the possibility of that which can confuse, which is high numbers in excess of something which, in the case of civilizations, maintaining such a feat of benevolence that can maintain these things. It would have to be sparse out in numbers. The only reason why they would have thousands and thousands of people living like just reproducing and getting into the millions is it's experimental grounds, or it's broken off. There's and but they're still being held captive, you see. It's something else harnesses it. Now this is the story I'm telling you about what is happening on this plane. See, the reptilian race, there's a it's all around. I'll try to tell you about how dangerous it is. And I'm highly, like, I'm targeted. I get a big eye that comes and looks at me, and I'm like, get the fuck. It's, I'm telling you, when a group or a person is doing black magic on you, you can feel that eye coming on. Now, in fact, I can't explain this now, but there's a way that I will and can. I would love to just kabloop to blop to it for you right now. How that the government, it's a huge spells system. It's controlling through fear. It's getting people hypnotized on something that it's bringing them into hallucination, and that can be uncovered. I mean, the story goes is that we're all hallucinating separateness now. Okay, so I wanted to really talk about more about the astrology. I will be doing that every time I turn this on. There is so much going on, like right now, what we just been through, and how we're going to keep doing this 0 point placement with Neptune, Venus. Well, Saturn is going to be going there, and then um, Mercury is going there, and so it's just wise for us to keep up on it every day when we talk about it. And believe me, when I say I'm humanity, what I'm saying is I am the humanity that I channel the cosmic news. There's a lot of us kinds of strange people on YouTube, and there are far more like professional looking. They're really raking in money in such a way that it's the old way. To me, it's what I mean is it's the reverse way, which is a clown act, right? You're gonna just start dancing for the money, and you have to. I'm not against having a schedule and doing something every day on a regimen that brings contribution amongst the population. But is it authentic enough? Can you is it a limitation? And I say yes, because oh no, I've seen what's going on with people that are really interacting with YouTube. See, I would love to explain to you how I have broken through and cracked the iPhone. Yeah, I've talked about that. This thing is under intergalactic monitor. What are we talking about? Well, there's a broke off civilization that is able to. They're benevolent beings. Okay, now there's benevolent beings who live in outer space, and they gave us the English alphabet, and we are supposed to be coupling it up with using these typewriters here, along with money. They have the three of them have a very profound thing. See, you wouldn't believe it, but money is the computerizer here. It's in the wrong hands, and it's computerizing up the non-human faction to do things that are ungodly. And they're just like, okay, okay, okay. Like you could just tell a non-human, for $1 million, will you suck on this toad? And they're like, for sure. $1 million, hell yeah. Because why? Well, God, they have a family to feed, or they just want a speedboat too, to put their family on the speedboat and go down. Who knows what the fuck money is doing? Pardon me. In this god-forsaken imprisonment. All of these distractions are just going to make me put my foot down and get precise as to what I have to do. So right now it's 11:33. I just put 24 minutes down, and I will try to make this a longer video, but talking about the 0 point planets, at this time of I see, because my third eye is definitely open, babe. You wouldn't know it, right? Because you would think that I would be just a Christ Jesus, but you don't know that person, babe. That person was killed for a reason. Sorry. Um, just too happy. You don't want to be that happy, and see, it threatens a whole organization that wants to keep people unhappy. And they're like, wait a minute, that person is threatening our idea to capitalize on lost people, or first of all, make them lost, and then be the way for them and rake their very core birthrights, their human energy, their energy that they need to do life with, just hijacked and rendered into fragments. And what are you talking about, Shauna? I don't know. How do you like it, though? I'm a motivational speaker, a live performing artist. I can make a breakthrough with something. I'm pointing at the three things that are here to actually help us. It's here to help human evolution. What, Shauna? What is it? Money. I know I'm contradicting myself, but no, see, there's a reverse thing. So if it was reverse, of course, the media, we would know what it says when it says, "In God we would trust." We would know why and how that you're supposed to manage that change. Why they use the word change. Why do they call it the banks? See, do you know any other definition for it? And I'm here to tell you that's more it. They're just trying to tell you this is it. It's right in front of our faces. And I know, see, I've been channeling, I will and I do channel. I know when I'm on, when I get a feeling in my body, that's some serious instructions right there. And I'm talking about our English alphabet, that it's intellectual property, but it's not a war thing. It's just technology. They are holding and managing it. They can get together. That's what was supposed to happen, is we all get together and let's say, wow, what can we do with ourselves here? And get back to using resonance, the truth, which I was trying to express to you, what the organism possibly can do for us. Just utilizing that energy so efficiently. Uh, let's get back into talking about those. See, they have 3D printers, and there's some way that they're talking about, well, we can 3D print a head of lettuce or something because of molecular alteration scientifically. And see, yeah, but they have machinery like that is just massive. That can melt down. Oh, you don't know, babes. You don't know where we are. I don't either. I love this story. Thank you for joining me in Shauna's Sci-Fi today. I could look at the planets. Yeah, we have Mercury in Pisces, and that's a big thing. It's very mystical to have, if you have a Mercury in Pisces, it's going retrograde. I just did a chart for somebody who hopefully they think it's worth it. I'm feeling so strange about, of course, about money. You've heard me talk about it. But no, about this, about talking to anybody about anything. Like really giving them my energy, and here's why. Well, first of all, I need to be taking a rest, and what I mean is just preserving my energy and doing only that which can benefit me and not drain me. And to do astrology for people, and people in general, I don't know about you people if you know this or not, but they are not good for us. They are a drain. There's a reason why that, eventually, like, you get sick if you hang out with each other too much. I mean, when you're a kid, that's the truth, and you're supposed to build an immunity. If anything, babes, if it's, your nerves start to pick up that you're being gaslit by another mind. See, people are doing bondage. You want to know what that is? Now, let's get back to those Taurus people, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But the Taurus, I know it's out there. I don't like it. I don't like it. Control freaks, manipulators with money. They use money to create It's just a norm, Shauna. What is it? What's wrong with you? Yeah, the situationship. That poor person, the woman, she has that stigma. If any man wants to know, it's like that's her freedom right there. That's a real thing. She decides to sacrifice her entire. See, this is the story of Christ over there, and they fucking mixed it up so that may live. What? I see something so obvious that's one of the things that just has me floored because the whole world is turned upside down and backwards because they don't get how fucking something simple is just not known. It's turned into a complicated mess because the simplicity of it is just gone, and something is just that bored here. They say, nah, this man woman stuff straight up is boring shit. I think we will do anything and everything but make something impressive for the kids to want to smile over. It's more like, right? I mean, I see it less and less um, age where, I mean, they could be just like 1 month old and they're carrying the little thing and it's Christmas, standing in line at the Walmart and just there's shit going on and everybody looks weird and it smells strange and the kids like looking around like, and I picked up on it. It said, well, I hope these people are having fun because it wants to know it's safe. That's all. It just wants to know if it's safe. But, or, around Christmas time, this is a big, now let's get back to the spell system where it's like just a big two-faced fucking party. A two-faced scene where, right, you have to act like you can really do this when really you have bills to pay. It's about tax time. You know what I mean? What a rude fucking thing to do, really, right? The system, and then by January they're saying, now just make a bunch of noise. It's like it's actually introspective time. It's so beautiful to have a quiet winter and get snowed in, and share. You share. See, there's a reason why you do some things, but my God, fuck, we talk about it sometimes, and I was talking about, well, yeah, well now we know. Now that we know, is there a sanctuary we can somehow, some way? Uh, and they're kind of trying to just pull us into technology like a damn, like on the movie on the Matrix. They're like, yeah, we have an answer for you. Jump inside of this bubble. Right now it's in the form of, here, put your earphones on, put your goggles on, put a fucking helmet on because of the EMF waves. Well, I'm thinking, well, instead of a bubble, can I, yes, I do want this. I want a 6-foot thick sandstone enclosure, just 12 by 12. I will be sleeping in it in the daytime to keep me, and of course you inlay it with, I think I've already talked about this, but we put metals, the right metals, to keep the EMF waves out of keep the fucking banter of the crap that gets up in the morning and starts chugging away. It's just an overlay of just to keep down the sun itself from working with anybody. How do you like it? I'm going to stop this video at 3636, and that'll be a sacred thing. Is there any editing I need to do? Like and subscribe, and I wish that 500 people will send me $10.